My dad was an accountant and now he was working at Ford. And my mom was a secretary who dressed up really nice, and now she was working at McDonald's in the kitchen. So I know that they felt this sort of like demoralization of going from where they were to here, but they did it for us. And I know that before going to Park, that was my driving force of I wanted to make my parents proud. I wanted to make their American dream worth it. I didn't want to disappoint them. And I wanted to make sure that all of the sacrifices that they made, that they had a purpose, that they had a reason. My name is Margarita Araiza. I am a high school science teacher here at North Kansas City High School, and I teach biology and IB environmental science. It was very insecure for jobs and for careers, and my parents got married, they had my brother, and they knew they wanted to have more kids. So my dad decided to leave my mom and leave my brother behind to come to the United States, and thankfully he was able to get a really great job at Ford on the factory line. And after about a year, he was able to bring all of us over, fix all of our papers. And I just remember that we came to the United States into like a 1-2 bedroom apartment. We had a couch that was a big Clifford dog that we found in the garbage bin of this apartment complex. So we didn't have much. We had one car, and I remember I just saw my dad maybe once a week, and it was like on Sundays whenever we went to church. And eventually, after about a year and after all of that hard work, I remember we ended up moving to a bigger home. And that was huge for my parents. That was definitely the American dream. That's what they wanted. I don't know. I am still, I think, in the process of trying to figure out if I'm making their sacrifices worth it, I think living at Park, especially by myself, and getting those experiences with other students and being able to kind of vibe with such a diverse range of students there at Park, I was able to see that, I don't know, that there's just like other dreams out there. I knew I didn't want to do nursing or the medical field like my parents wanted me to. And then I discovered education, and I remembered how powerful education was for me and how it was being an English language learner in a new country. And I remember all those teachers and how patient they were with me and how patient they were with my brother. My parents always emphasized that education was the key to success. And so I knew how my teachers had shaped me and where they were shaping me in the future. And I knew that I wanted to do the same for students. I wanted to help inspire. I wanted to help lead them down the right path. I wanted to make sure that all my students had someone in their corner, someone to believe in them, because I know that I really needed that. And my parents were so wonderful and they believed in me for sure. But I know that they were really busy working, and I knew that they didn't have a sense of, they didn't know how it worked here for colleges. And so I really relied on my teachers, and I really relied on my professors for scholarship opportunities, and I really relied on them for guidance on what I wanted to do in my future. And so I knew that I wanted to serve as that for my future students. And I think that's where I realized that I really wanted to be an educator, and I really wanted to hopefully bring in that ignition of passion and motivation and just like exposure, especially being like a first-generation Hispanic teacher, being a queer teacher, and being able to show to my students that you can get anywhere, no matter your background and no matter even some of those obstacles.